Episode 1, Narcissism, the Hidden Damage. Part 3, what are the hidden damages narcissism can cause? Hi, this is Frank. This is the follow-up episode of Episode 1, Part 2, Narcissistic Partners, Parents, and Bosses. And today I'm introducing Episode 1, Part 3, the hidden damage narcissism can cause. Today is April 28, 2026. I'm continuing to respond in a public forum to questions I'm often asked, which were sent to me by email and private text. In the last episode, we talked about how narcissistic behavior can show up in close relationships and in positions of authority. In this part, I want to focus on something just as important, what that behavior can do to the people around it over time. Because sometimes the biggest harm is not loud, obvious, or immediate. Sometimes it builds slowly, quietly, and deeply. A warm shout out to Elena from Paterson, New Jersey. Thank you for your question. Frank, question. What makes narcissistic behavior so emotionally damaging? What makes it so damaging is the repetition. It is not always one single insult, one argument, or one selfish moment. It is the pattern of being dismissed, blamed, controlled, ignored, criticized, or emotionally drained again and again. When a person is exposed to that long enough, they may begin to question themselves. They may stop trusting their own feelings. They may start wondering whether they are the problem, and that is where the deeper damage begins. Example 1. Let's say every time you bring up a concern, the other person turns it around on you. At first, you may think it is just a misunderstanding, but after a while, you start feeling nervous, even speaking up. You begin to silence yourself before the conversation even starts. Example 2. For argument's sake, let's imagine that someone keeps criticizing the way you talk, think, dress, or react. Maybe none of the comments seem huge by themselves, but over time, those little hits can wear down your confidence. A big thank you now to Raymond from Staten Island, New York, for writing in. Question, Frank. Can narcissistic behavior really make a person doubt themselves? Yes, absolutely. One of the most harmful effects of narcissistic behavior is that it can slowly weaken a person's confidence, judgment, and sense of emotional stability. You may begin to second guess what you saw, what you heard, what you felt, what you meant, and even what you deserve. That is why people in these relationships often say things like, maybe I'm overreacting, maybe I'm too sensitive, maybe it really is my fault, maybe I should just try harder. When you hear yourself thinking like that over and over, it is time to pause and look more carefully at the pattern. A shout out to Jasmine from Camden, New Jersey. I appreciate your question. Frank, why do people stay so long in these situations? There are many reasons. Some people stay because they love the person. Some stay because they hope things will improve. Some stay because they are afraid of conflict, loneliness, or change. Others stay because children, finances, family pressure, or emotional attachment make it very hard to leave. And sometimes people stay because the harm came in slowly. They did not walk into something obviously destructive. They adapted to it little by little. That is important to understand because people who stay are often judged harshly. But the truth is, emotional harm can wear down clarity. It can make survival feel more urgent than self-reflection. Example 3. Let's say your once affectionate partner, within months in the relationship, becomes controlling and critical. The other person keeps remembering the early version of them and hoping that version will come back. That hope can keep people stuck for a long time. Example 4. Keep in mind anyone, especially an adult teenager, will continue trying to win approval from a narcissistic parent. Even after years of hurt, that child may still long for love, peace, and recognition. That emotional pull can be very powerful. Now a big thank you to Marcus from Trenton, New Jersey for this next question. Question for you, Frank. What are some warning signs that the damage is getting serious? Here are a few. You feel anxious before talking to the person. You hide your true thoughts to avoid backlash. You feel drained after most interactions. You keep apologizing even when you did nothing wrong. You feel like peace only exists when you stay quiet. You no longer feel like yourself. Your confidence keeps shrinking. Your world starts revolving around their reactions. Those are not small signs. Those are signals that the relationship may be affecting your emotional health in a serious way. All right, here is the main idea of this third part. The hidden damage of narcissistic behavior is that it can slowly erode your peace, your confidence, your judgment, and your voice. It may not always happen all at once, but over time, the pattern can become deeply harmful. That is why awareness matters. Not to label people carelessly, but to protect yourself, understand what is happening, and know when a pattern is becoming unsafe for your emotional well-being. In the next episode, Episode 1, Part 4, Narcissism, How to Protect Yourself. Manipulation, red flags, and control tactics. We'll begin looking at how manipulation works, how it starts, and the warning signs people often miss in the beginning. Thank you for your time and attention. Stay safe, stay aware, and I'll see you in the next episode. Ciao. Bye-bye.